I don't know of another camp in the world that lets the blind drive snowmobiles. There are places where they let them downhill ski. We got some of the best staff ever. Staff that tour the road and get picked up by limos that take time off to give a blind person a hug, to my sister who's a rehab director, to we've had deputy DAs, we've had on and on and on, the quality of staff. But the staff that I'm getting ready to talk about now, we're going to play a quick little DVD of what made this guy what he is and how he believes here. Maybe somebody could reach behind him and turn those first left switches off the first floor.
I love people, and I mean, I do anything for so many people, you know, in my life. I'm one of those people that, you know, when I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I do it, even if it kills me to do it. I just have, I'm very loyal in that way that, you know, just I can think of 1,000 times when I've told somebody I would do something, and then I realized that it was going to be really difficult to get done what I told them I was going to do, and I would still make it happen because it's important, and I like people to do the same for me. And unfortunately, most people I don't think are that way, and they don't mind, you know, oh, it's no big deal if they couldn't get to it, but I want to make things right. I'm big on justice and doing things right.
As far as how I see myself, a lot of that has to do with how I see myself in Christ's eyes, personally, because I know who I am, that, you know, as a Christian, being one of God's children and being, you know, saved by God's grace alone, that I'm a wretched nothing, and it's only by the grace of God that I am anything. So I always look at myself in that perspective, but the perspective of looking at myself from God's point of view and saying that, you know, the only reason I am anything is because of Him. So that affects how I see myself.
Jay was the MC last year. He has been, I don't know, how long has he been to camp? 9 years. And if any of you remember Jay, he wore a lime green suit. And the guy had no limits as to the practical jokes that he would play on me. And it went on and on and on. And I'm going to say this now just because I can't wait to see him again, and I'm going to tell him I said this. So don't think I'm sick. But Jason, you have gotten the John McCroy Vision of Faith Award today, and there's not even a soul to care enough to come and pick it up. And I can say that because it was the absolute biggest funeral that I've ever been to in my life. There was over 1,000 people there that were all touched by his life. Because his wife couldn't make it to be here, I want to call up Brett and Chris Hobson to accept this award in Jason's behalf. Mindy's going to read it here for you.
Okay, last summer, Jason and Stephanie and their kids went to Haiti and worked in an orphanage. And I stole this because Stephanie and Jason had actually planned to go back in January, and they had we're going to build a playground. And Linda Meehan wrote this amazing 20-page thing. It's not 20 pages, but I thought, I'm not going to get 4 sentences out. So Linda, I love what you wrote, but there's no way I could stand up here and read it. So I'm stealing this off of the plaque, and my phone is, of course, not going to act the way it's supposed to. In memory of Jason Rodarmel, husband, father, brother, friend, and servant of Jesus Christ. I know, it's okay. He was the life of the party. He was everyone's best friend. He was the fun at every gathering, the laughter that eased the tension, the icebreaker for every introduction. He was a master at the art of friendship. He was the reason so many people smiled. Everyone who ever met him was better for having known him. He was a delight. He was lovely. He was joyful. He was more than joyful. He was joy. And so, in memory of Jason Rodarmel, we'd like to give to his family the John McCroy Vision of Faith Award, winner 2012, for his extreme support of XMO Camp's vision and mission, where seeing doesn't matter, believing is everything.
I've never ran into anybody who had such a bigger heart, had no boundaries. He loved like nobody could love. He brought stability to this place, like just an absolute great guy. He was a fantastic athlete. He had scholarships to play as a quarterback for, I think it was UCLA or someplace like that. But his sports were everything to him. His 2 brothers started the Power Balance company, that those little rubber band things that you have around. That is a worldwide company. And if you want to pull up the next little bit here, we never want to forget Jason. Jason is XMO. I mean, he go back to the last entry that he put on his Facebook there. This was the day before he passed away. He put onto his Facebook, and I just thought this was really saying something about who he was and what he thought about this organization. Anyway, it was a request to his friends on Facebook to watch a video that he had that was recorded. It says, "God is continually doing amazing work in and through the lives of my blind young friends. If anybody wants to know how they can have an impact and support our camps, please contact me or go to the website." that was his last injury. And what happened is that the next day he was on his way to his son's football game and had an aortic aneurysm, and he passed out in the parking lot, and I don't think he had much pain. I think that it was his son. At the funeral, the entire football team had their helmets on each one of the tables, and it was just an absolute special moment, recognizing how many people appreciated Jason and how athletic Jason was. If you want to go to the next slide, we thought we'd take the Nike swish because Nike represents athletes all over the world, and Jason, who had we put the heart on it because Jason loved athletes, and we kind of rotated the Nike swish up a little bit here to where it looked kind of like a J, and kept the heart because we also love Jason. And for those of us who really knew Jason was a jokester, and there was no boundaries that he wouldn't cross, and he lost a bet one day, and he had to get a little red heart tattooed on his right bone. So this went from a Nike swish to a J to a right bone with a heart on it. And so in the future our shirts will have this little logo on it, which to most everybody will be for Jay's Fund. But what Jay's Fund is all about is every once in a while we run into athletes that have personal problems throughout the year. Sometimes it might be no groceries in their apartment. Sometimes it might be their guide dog's got a sore back and they can't get to the vet. But anyway, we wanted to set up a fund in Jason's memory that would be separate from the Extreme Mobility Camps Fund. And so that's how we choose to remember Jason. So one of the things I was looking forward to the most tonight, with the girls caught their cold, and looks like we passed over that. Is that what happened, Alyssa, or these two guys want to try that, or?
It have to be the Lord, because I can't.
Do you want to try it?
I mean, I don't know. It'd have to be the Lord, honestly. I don't know how it's going to come out.
Nathan?
I'm willing.
Okay, let's try it.
You still sound amazing.